Let me catch you up because some may not be familiar with the colorful character Vincent Fusca. Vincent was sitting behind President Trump when a 20-year-old shooter attempted to assassinate Trump. But that's not what makes Fusca so special. He has been an unwavering Trump supporter from the beginning, often driving his Trump mobile to rallies where he could often be seen sitting in the section behind President Trump. I've tried to sit there before and was told that you needed a special pass to sit there. Those people are typically family members, key donors and supporters, political allies, and staff such as high-ranking officials and special guests that have been invited for specific reasons. So why does Vincent Fusca get to sit behind President Trump every time? Vincent Fusca is a notable figure among some supporters of Donald Trump, especially Q supporters, but he has never publicly claimed to be a member of QAnon or posted on QAnon boards himself. Vincent Fusca is also not mentioned in the official Q drops, but his face has become synonymous with the resurrected John F. Kennedy Jr. But if he isn't part of Q, who made this association between Fusca and Kennedy? Fusca's association with QAnon appears to stem more from community speculation and theories than direct references in Q posts. A search of the Federal Election Commission campaign contributions shows that he's never made political donations in his name. There is no other public information or evidence suggesting that Vincent Fusca has been a notable donor to Donald Trump. His preferential seating at Trump events does not appear to be related to political contributions, nor is he family of Trump or anyone publicly related to the campaign. So why does he get to sit there? There is also no publicly available information suggesting that Vincent Fusca is a volunteer at events or a member of Donald Trump's staff in any official capacity. His involvement appears to be more as a participant or attendee rather than as a staff member or volunteer. Fusca's coveted seat at Trump events seems to be more related to creating visibility among certain groups of supporters rather than an official role within Trump's campaign or administration. Fusca himself has not made any statements confirming or denying these conspiracy theories or his involvement with QAnon. Another comparison that many people make is that Vincent and John have similar mannerisms. This appears to be true. However, another theory is that JFK Jr. is John Galt. He also has made hand gestures similar to John, and if truth be told, I'm more apt to believe that JFK Jr. is John Galt. If you haven't seen my video examining the feasibility of John Kennedy Jr. and his wife being alive, you should. There is very strong evidence that they never went down in that plane, and I reveal and explain the evidence which I retrieved from the official Federal Aviation Investigation Report. I'll link the video on John at the end. Perhaps after you see that one, you will understand why so many people believe that John staged the plane crash, and why they are hopeful that he will emerge in the near future. The real Vincent Fusca also ran for Republican senator from Pennsylvania in 2022, but never made the ballot. Of course, Fusca had a life before Trump. His parents came from Italy, and he has been seen wearing Italia pins. He's a real guy. In 1980, long before John's death, Fusca built a 3,400 square foot home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on a 1/4 acre lot that he purchased for $15,000. He was a financial services manager for over 18 years until October 2018, according to a LinkedIn account in his name. Based on the current value of the home, Vincent lives a modest life and now is 72 years old. He appears to have 3 children, one son who is an actor and a comedian in New York, a second son in LA, and a third son, Vincent Jr., who sadly died on May 7, 2020 of liver cancer, at just 44 years old. So Vincent isn't without connections in the entertainment business. Prior to living in Pittsburgh, Vincent lived in Monroeville and West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. There are no links to Martha's Vineyard or any of the typical Kennedy hotspots. In addition to the careless driving and accidental death conviction, Vincent has had multiple traffic violations. Fusca was seen at the September 22, 2020 Trump rally in Pennsylvania, but stopped going after his accident. He notably returned to rallies in June 2021. Vincent has neither confirmed nor denied that he is John Jr. In fact, he's quite evasive about media interviews, but he's always happy to take a selfie with fans. Vincent also seems to have a penchant for online poker games. A story appeared online on July 14th of this year that Vincent and his wife were believed to have died in a plane crash, but were spotted behind Trump at the fateful rally. While I don't know if Vincent Fusca is John Kennedy Jr., I have seen very peculiar things about Q. For instance, I've never seen an army platoon organized in a queue before. The strongest argument for Fusca being JFK Jr. is the photographs, specifically of his wife, which looks almost identical to Carolyn Kennedy in this photo. This has been a huge part of the speculation. The one thing we just can't ignore is the height. The real Vincent Fusca is only 5 foot 8 inches, and the person who attends numerous rallies has taken photos with some notable people that we do know their height. So I've made these comparisons for you. There are two arguments to support the height difference which just can't be denied. According to medical data, people lose about half an inch every 10 years over 30. So if JFK Jr. has shrunk, he'd still be about 5 foot 11 inches. That's still a significant 3-inch difference. The only photo that I've found that is being used to argue Vincent's height deficiency is this fuzzy photo of Vincent standing next to several men of similar height. Some believe the man to the left of Vincent is Julian Assange in disguise, who is 6 foot 2 inches, but I just can't make the leap that this is Assange in the photo. The second argument to explain the height difference is that JFK Jr. and Carolyn have dressed up like Trump's #1 fan, and his wife on at least one occasion, which could be documented in the photo you are looking at. The relative height between the two couples appears to be similar. Either Vincent's wife is very short, maybe 5 foot 2 inches, which is possible, or this is a taller, younger Vincent along with a taller 5 foot 9 inches Caroline. Now we have the facts, so let's see where that takes us. Vincent Fusca is a 72-year-old man. He has lived in Pennsylvania his entire life, except perhaps for work in New York. Vince has attended numerous Trump rallies, always sitting in the VIP section, but he's not a big donor, and there are no circulated photos of Fusca ever taking a photo with Trump. I find this highly suspect. Vincent was not a delegate in 2016, but he was the Allegheny County delegate to the Republican National Convention in both 2020 and again in 2024. He should be at the Republican convention right now. I also compared the voices of Vincent and John, and they are nothing alike. So I just can't make the jump that Vincent Fusca is JFK Jr. There's too much evidence of the real Vincent's history. Clearly, he and perhaps others are capitalizing on this notion. And just because I can't find any evidence that John is living as Vincent Fusca doesn't mean that it's not possible that the real John Kennedy Jr. doesn't dress up as Vincent from time to time. Certainly from his business card, Vincent tells you that very thing. Sometimes JFK Jr. dresses up as me. Is it a publicity stunt? Maybe. But the irony of it being true is exactly what I'm expecting to see in the near future. But Vincent Fusca is perhaps Trump's #1 fan. His van was loaded with all kinds of Trump merchandise when he wrecked it. Another common belief is that Vincent is John Denver, who is also believed to still be alive. When you compare the photos, there is a strong resemblance as well. But again, Vincent has a life and a family and is a real person. It may be very possible that Vincent is a prototype which is used by various people to disguise themselves, but I can't prove it, so this is strictly speculation. This has been going on a long time. Minds much greater than mine have planned this all out, played out all scenarios, and looked through the looking glass. There became a point for me where I no longer had to question the existence of a higher force. I just knew that there are some very brave people fighting a biblical war between good and evil, and was filled with gratitude. Things may seem confusing right now. Be kind but be strong because it's not quite over yet. Our children will be healed and the killing will stop soon. Until next time, give thanks.